MIB 2. Now, I'm going to rate this different on whether or not Zod approves or disapproves. So let me get started with the review. What did I think of this movie? Well, the SJWs have been infiltrating your human movies for a while now. And I'm asked, is this full of politics? And I'll get to that point in just a second. But I must say, this is not what people would think as far as the political landscape of cinema. This is more of a jab here, a jab there. It's more underwhelming of a film than it is any kind of a statement towards a certain gender. So let me start with the good points of this film. Chris Hemsworth plays Agent H. And, of course, Tessa Thomas is in it, and she plays Agent O. And together they go on an adventure to try to stop a new threat in the galaxy of shapeshifters. Now, the things I appreciated about this film were the fact that they did some pretty neat special effects with this film. And overall, they had a good aesthetic. It had the MIB feel that you know and love. However, there were some things digitally that looked wonky with the aliens, but all in all, they were good. The little alien shown in the clips was very entertaining and was not of annoying a character as I thought he would be. Tessa Thomas played a very good agent, and the things she said did feel like a poster board for the SJWs when she said, why aren't they called the men in black, or the women in black, or some such nonsense. It was a small clip and wasn't really a lot to detract from the movie. There were certain scenes here and there kind of like that, but sprinkled through the typical film that's made these days. Chris Hemsworth was a balance of J and K from the original films. He had the sort of just diving to danger that J did, but he also showed a veteran feel that K did. I thought this was very clever. Liam Neeson was also a nice addition to the cast, although his role was fairly predictable, as was the plot of this film. Now, the cons of this film were that, as I said, the plot was predictable. You know exactly what's going to happen at the beginning as they're setting up. I think it's more of the fun wackiness in between that is supposed to keep you engaged. However, it did take me out of the film because I immediately figured out what was going on at the jump of the movie. It felt as if it was marketed for kids, even though some of the action and people getting melted would hint towards trying to get an adult film, which really agitated me. I hate being treated like a typical human with no good common sense going into this film. I want a film that engages me and causes me to use my wits in trying to figure out a long-running alien conspiracy. This is not that film. However, it was still engaging enough for me to be vested in the action that was going on, and the alien, I can't stress enough, was funny enough to make me like his role and had a pivotal part and was not just there as a set piece, which I appreciated. I really cared little for Tessa Thomas. I thought she was there as a way to ham-fist in an agenda. Not annoyingly so, but enough to realize it was there. Oddly enough, Chris Hemsworth's character was a counterbalance to her female perspective, and she didn't belittle him as much as I thought she would. There was a particular scene that made me laugh. You guys will see it when you go to see this movie, but it involved an alien and Chris Hemsworth. And I gotta say, Zod approves. Overall, this film felt like a reset to a long-running franchise. It didn't feel like a sequel as much as a hard reboot to what the franchise is and what they would like it to be going forward. Is that necessarily a bad thing? No. It's not a bad thing, it's just... why are we rebooting franchises? Why aren't we breaking new ground? Your Earth directors have so much potential, yet they squander their abilities on franchises that are already past their expiration date. MIB has been a mixed bag. The first one being great to some. The second one being decent enough and maybe an end to the J&K. And then the third, a forced mess that we didn't need. This one felt like they were trying to make a new, diverse cast in the MIB world. And while it wasn't a poster child for the SJW movement, it was telling of where the narrative wanted to go, with a female agent in charge of the New York branch, and with Tessa Thompson's character going to a male-driven MIB. And, you know, even though towards the end a particular character does do justice to the film, and the males are not completely made to look like incompetent idiots, the story was washed down and very mediocre at best. Does Zod approve of this film? Most popcorn-going Earthlings, if they choose to take their young spawns, will enjoy this film. Us clear-thinking moviegoers who want more out of their films may not enjoy this, but Zod went with its future heir to the throne, his young protege, and she had a great time. So, my offspring shall approve, but me, Zod does not approve. Skip this film, go see another. I think you'll have better enjoyment in a film that treats you as an intelligent moviegoer. Until then, Zod has only this to say. Thank you for coming to the Fandom Zone. And as always, kneel before your general. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And welcome to the Fandom Zone.